guys, I hope you're doing really well. As you can tell by the title, what happened to Gacha? I'm going to sit here and explain everything to you. What I can tell you first off is that it's not gone, and I will explain why it's not gone or going, and that it's not like I'm stopping doing it. So I will tell you that straight away so that you're not like, oh my gosh, because I know that I've been having those questions a lot, but I do need to explain why. And I feel like it's really important for me to let you guys know what's happened to me, channel, in my life, everything, for you to understand why I'm doing the things that I'm doing. Because at the end of the day, you're in the dark if I don't tell you, and I'd rather tell you. It's just taken a bit of work for me to get here. Also, I'm like super nervous doing this type of video because I haven't done one of these in a long time. So for you guys to know kind of what's happening and why, going to let you in on a little bit of what's happening in the background and what has happened and stuff like that. So last year was really stressful and it didn't really get any better. Around about my birthday, so November last year, one of our dogs, Miko, as you probably know, he's been in my life since he was a puppy. He's 6 now, which is crazy. He's 6 years old. You might have seen the community post more recently, and it was along the lines of that he wasn't well and he'd had to have surgery. Now, it's quite common in Dachshunds to have something called IVDD, which is to do with their spinal cord. It basically means that something's gone wrong there, and basically it means that they won't be able to walk unless they have the surgery, or at least in Miko's case that was because it was so severe. Some of them can get by with a bit of bed rest, and it's just something to keep in mind because their spines are so long and delicate. But Miko had damaged his and it was not in a good place. So we were at the reality that he was losing his ability to walk. So we opted for the surgery. And then what you guys won't have seen in the background is the endless hours that we had to basically round the clock care with him. So that's physio and the tablets that he had to have round the clock, and making sure that we have to carry him outside and drag him everywhere in the playpen. You would have seen some videos where the playpen was here and we had to drag that everywhere in the house because he wasn't allowed to really move or walk. He was on strict bed rest. But again, that took up a lot of our time, and I would have done it all over again to see what he's able to do now. He's fine, by the way. He doesn't even realize that anything was even wrong. He's trying to bound around the house like he would normally. Although saying that, if you saw his back, some of his fur has grown back normally and some of it hasn't. But anyway, he's able to walk and he doesn't know any different. He's just so happy to just be able to do the things he wants to do. We also had some family scares also at the end of the year. Everything's fine at the moment, but that's something still to come. So I'm keeping that in mind too. And then very, very recently, we lost our Rottweiler, Apollo. Sorry, there's just been a lot happened in the last year and a bit. And there's still some things that we haven't really just sat down and processed yet. But this is one that's very fresh. So yeah, that's been not great. And so that's another thing that has happened more recently, and it was very sudden because he was only 5 years old. So that's been tough. Now, within all of that time, I have felt so lost on this channel. Probably the most lost I've ever felt, because I just felt really useless. I wanted to do well. I wanted to entertain you guys and do the right content, but I also wasn't being true to myself. You have no idea how incredibly grateful I am, though, of where I am now and what you guys have done to support me with this channel. And especially when Gacha became pretty much my sort of growing start on YouTube, and just the amazing outpour of support from that community. I will never, ever be able to repay that. And I hope you guys know that that's how I feel. But in between me doing all of the Gacha, you guys might have noticed that I've always put in some reaction stuff, or like horror reaction games, Roblox games. Like there's always been something usually along with the Gacha. And if you go back far enough, you guys know that I've played horror games in the past, even before Gacha blew up my channel. It's one of the things that I really love, and that's why a lot of the Gacha content has been more along the horror side things. However, it became that because I really almost like wanted my channel to be that, because I love that side of things so much. I like the sort of scarier things or the creepy things, or, you know, and all that kind of like genre. And so then it became this weird thing where I was almost narrowing my channel into just, like I said, gacha horror. And I didn't feel like I was then doing gacha justice. And there were so many other things that I wanted to do with gacha that I then felt like I couldn't do on my main channel because I was doing horror stuff. If you guys know anything about YouTube, basically it doesn't do well when you mix content. It works for some people and they do it very well. But for some people, we get stuck in this kind of niche, and most of us are fine with that. But there'll be a time where we have to change. And so it's very difficult to do that. So that brings me on to what's happened now with my channel. So for about 4 months, I've been testing and doing a lot of work in the background. And you guys will have noticed, obviously, a drop in views and everything else. There is a plan. There is a plan. So it's fine. But there's a lot of you that were here for my gacha content, and I completely understand that. And so the people that are watching my content now, I really, really appreciate you doing that, because anything that you're doing like that right now is super helpful. But not everybody wants to watch that, and that's fine. So my solution has been this. The reason why I've gone in this direction and done this sort of like plan and stuff is because this is probably the least lost I've felt for a long time. And I really, really love that idea. So right now, as it stands on this channel, will be Roblox horror, like indie horror games. It won't always be like, oh, proper horror, but it will be like on slightly the scary side, or, oh, things are chasing me, or... So it's not going to be heavily, heavily horror all the time, but there will be elements of that. So I said to you right at the start of this video that gacha isn't going and that I haven't stopped. But what you guys obviously haven't seen, and this is also another reason why I'm doing this video, because I want to officially say, so not just, you know, direct videos to this and not just do community posts, because at the end of the day, you guys are only going to see so much of that. I'm very aware that there's a huge chunk of my audience that will not have seen any of them. I've actually created a brand new channel just for gacha content, with maybe the very occasional odd video here and there that isn't gacha, but something very, very similar to gacha, kind of like when I did Talk a Life. I will leave links in the description. I will leave links in the comment section, and it's already on my community tab and all sorts. But after this video, I would really, really love it if you are interested in gacha at all and you still want to see me do gacha, go ahead and sub to that channel and show the love and support. Currently, right now, I'm only able to do 1 new gacha video a week because of the way that everything's working, because believe it or not, it takes a lot of time to do 2 channels worth of work. I have worked so incredibly hard recently to make this happen, but I also feel like this is the best decision for me. When you click over there, though, you'll probably see that there are some older videos and then there are like some newer ones. The idea is that I will be moving all of my gacha content over there with newer ones in between all of it. So there might be stuff that you might not have seen of my older things. So you're more than welcome to go watch those as well. But obviously, if you're just like, oh, I've watched all your other videos, there is new content over there as well. And there will continue to be new content as well. It's been a very tough decision for me to do this, but I feel like this is the right one, because this way it gives me more freedom to explore the horror side of things and Roblox, because Roblox has so many games now that, and I just absolutely adore them. I think they're just so good and I want to explore that more, but I felt very limited for a long time. And I really hope that you give me the chance to be able to explore that. So just to round everything up, last year was not good. The beginning of this year was awful. I've worked incredibly hard to make 2 channels now a thing. We will have Roblox horror and just indie horror games and stuff on this channel. Well, not just indie horror games. I mean, I'll play whatever, but horror being the general thing. And then on the other channel will be gacha and games similar maybe later on to gacha. But it means that I can explore the horror side of Gacha. It means I can explore all the other videos that I never ended up doing, which were all the love ones or, like the wacky ones, because it didn't fit into that horror niche at the time, or the challenge videos. I loved doing those. And there's so many things that I wanted to do to be a part of the Gacha community more. And I know it doesn't always have a good name, but I want to help give it a good name. So there's so many things that I've got planned just for that channel alone and this one. And I just really hope that at the end of the day, you can help support me with it and help me not feel as lost anymore. Because there's been a lot of days where I've uploaded stuff to this channel, but the Gacha community is obviously so strong on here that then what happens is that if you guys don't click on a video, it then doesn't really get pushed out to anybody else. So it would be nice to be able to have Gacha in a whole separate place. And you guys are like, we are here just for Gacha. And I'm okay with that. It's been a really, really tough journey, and I know it's not even over yet. There's still a lot of work for me to do in the background. I hope you guys really appreciate the fact that I'm trying to be honest and sharing a lot of what sort of happened behind the scenes and why I'm making the decisions I'm making. And now you've finally got something that you can sort of be like, that's what's happened. Right. Because at the end of the day, I can only reply to so many comments when they say, oh, what happened to the Gacha? And I get that not everybody there is, on my channel for horror games and Roblox games and stuff like that. As much as I've really, really found a passion in Roblox recently, and I'm super, super thrilled. It makes me happy recording those type of videos and the indie games that come along that I find really interesting. I still have that love and passion for Gacha, but I always felt like then I couldn't reach the heights that I wanted to with exploring the Gacha world, because there was always updates or things that happened, and I felt I was always late to things and or that I couldn't do it because, like I said, I put my main channel in such like a horror niche that I then couldn't do the rest of it. Eventually, I will probably delete this video off this channel, but it won't be for a while. Like I said, I hope you can give this channel a chance to grow. If you guys still want to stay on here and support me with this one, I'd really appreciate that. But I also hope, like I said, if you are here for Gacha, that you will also go sub and share support to my other channel. Even if it's not going to be new videos all the time, there will be one at least every week for now until I can get a bit more established on both channels. The goal is to eventually do more and more new stuff on that other channel, but there's a lot of things that's got to happen in the meantime. Because like I said, it just takes so much time for me to do both. And currently right now, I've been on my own. I've not had any help editing. So this has been kind of like the worst time for me to not have anybody to help, but I'm really proud of what I'm doing so far. I hope this helps in some way. I know for me personally, it will help a bunch because I just didn't want to feel lost anymore. I wanted to feel like I was accomplishing something and that I was doing the things that I really want to do. If there's any questions that you want to ask me, or if you just want to say some stuff about what's been happening in my life or anything, I'll be in the comments for a little bit replying. But in the meantime, like I said, if you could share the love to this channel and my new channel, which is called Cheridet Gacha, I would super, super appreciate it. And you have no idea how thankful I really am. I'll leave a video here so you guys can go straight onto the new channel and go sub to it and go share the love. And in the meantime, I hope that you guys understand and that you stick around on this channel as well. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.